Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 27 of the TCW series. Now, as you can see on the left of your screen there, we have the two new champions from Total Mayhem. We've got Wolf Hawkins as our World Heavyweight Champion, and then we've also got Ed Stone as our International Champion. Both actually winning multi-man matches, which is interesting. Of course, we had the triple threat for the International, and then we had the big six-man free-for-all, the World Heavyweight title. Anyway, tonight's show is going to be an interesting one. We're gonna try and set up a few things. Of course, one half of our World Tag Team Champions, Titan, picked up a 12-month injury at the pay-per-view, so unfortunately, we're not going to really be able to do exactly what I wanted in terms of sort of the plans that I had for the series. I guess, if we're still doing this series in, another 12 months' time in game, we can then pick that back up. I'm sort of gonna run with what I was gonna do anyway in regards to that. Obviously, it's going to be slightly changed because of his injury. Anyway, let's get into the show. We've got a couple of pre-show matches here. Starting off with a 62C, a pretty decent rated match. An pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Lauren Easter, our women's champion, who was also crowned. I haven't put a graphic up yet because I don't really feel like the women's division itself is that... It's not as important as it will be in the future. So once it gets to a decent stage, I will obviously put the champion up there. But we're still trying to build the division, so it will be, the pictures and the championship will be put alongside the other ones, but it's not gonna be happening for a little while. Anyway, didn't have much heat. Lauren Easter defeated Sandra Shine in 10:04 by submission with a figure 4 leg lock. And we've also got Lauren Easter there getting better at her gimmick. We then moved into an 81B. New Legacy are really starting to hit their stride, I think. In a pre-show bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, New Legacy defeated Divine Fortune in 10:28 when J Cord defeated Daryl Divine by pinfall with a cradle pile driver, and then Chance was the weak link. But we do have Divine Fortune both improving in performance skills, so both Daryl and Chance. Good to see. Alright, we then start off the show with a 96A star rated angle. And Wolf Hawkins opens the show saying that he proved every single fan wrong when he won the World Heavyweight title at Total Mayhem. He'd been overlooked. That was sort of his storyline going into the match. He'd been overlooked pretty much by everyone, fans, management, even other wrestlers as well. And, he did the unthinkable, and he won the World Heavyweight title from a pretty confident / arrogant Aaron Andrews. Yeah, he's just come out. He's still a heel. He's still gloating. Still, he's got that misunderstood underdog sort of heelish tendencies. But now he's the champion, so you wouldn't really be able to call him an underdog. Anyway, moving on to an 80B rated match. We got Eddie Peak taking on Elliot Thomas in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Eddie Peak defeated Elliot Thomas in 10:29 by pinfall with a peak of perfection. 81 in-ring performance from Eddie there. No worker improvements, sort of just a bit of a throwaway match. Want to continue to feature Eddie Peak. I've got some pretty good plans with him going forward as well. We then go into a 63C rated angle. And we've got Laura Flame, and she wants the first title shot against Lauren Easter. She wants to be the first challenger for the women's title. And yeah, basically, Lauren Easter comes out, and then she also says that she wants Laura Flame to prove her worth and to really try and solidify herself as the number one contender. And that's a pretty good rated angle. Laura's got some pretty good entertainment skills, and of course, Lauren has, a pretty good repertoire as well. We then go into Laura's match, which gets a 57 C-. And about that had decent wrestling, but little heat. Laura Flame defeated Claire Winters in 9:57 by pinfall with a flame fire kick. And apparently there was a lack of psychology on display, which is pretty understandable because they're both fairly young. And I think both of their psychologies are about a D or a D+. So understandable, but still, not a bad match between two. I mean, they're both lacking popularity as well. So overall, a good match. We then go into a 76 B-. A match between Killer Shark and Guide. Of course, Guide and Scout, the new wave, became #1 contenders at Total Mayhem. And about that had great heat and good wrestling. Guide defeated Killer Shark in 10:24 by pinfall with a guided missile. The match itself suffered due to a lack of selling as well, which is pretty understandable from both of these guys. Both being, rather large men. And, I mean, Killer Shark's selling is dreadful. I think it's like a D. But yeah, good stuff. We move into an angle. Menace angle for Killer Shark. It's a 100 A-star. It's not really a promo. It's more of just like the camera angle, watching Killer Shark in the backstage area. So yeah, Killer Shark is seen backstage with a mystery figure standing in the dark. They then proceed to shake hands, and Shark then leaves the frame. Who is this mystery figure standing in the dark backstage? Possibly an alliance, possibly, well, who knows? Just have to wait and find out. We then go into an 82 B rated tag team match. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Canadian Animals defeated Dazzling Dave Diamond and Mighty Mo in 10:22. And Ed Stone defeated Dazzling Dave Diamond by pinfall with a party's over. And then, yeah, Dazzling Dave was the weak link. Yeah, we also have Freddie Huggins improving in performance skills. Again, this is sort of going to continue the international title feud. Mighty Mo is, of course, allowed to rematch and get his, title clause in there, his rematch clause. We then go into a 73 B- rated match. In a decent match, Benny Benson defeated Nate Johnson in 10:21 by pinfall with a shockwave from Next Year. And apparently Johnson is not suited to his gimmick, so we might have to change that. But yeah, not a B- rated match for Benny Benson. I'm going to try and do something with Benson. I've decided that I want to at least give him a little push. We then go into a 68 C+ rated angle. After Benny's match, he says that he wants a big match at the next pay-per-view to sort of continue this sort of determinational rise that he's got going on since, of course, he had a bit of a feud with Wolf Hawkins, who's now the World Heavyweight title, or who won the World Heavyweight title. He issues an open challenge, and then Floyd Goldworthy and American Buffalo answer and accept his open challenge for the pay-per-view. So we'll get that one booked in. Excessive Force. And we'll have Benny Benson taking on American Buffalo. Two upper mid-carders, so I mean, it should at least pull a B-. I'd be happy with a C+, B-, somewhere around there. We also have Benny Benson learning to show more charisma as well, which is good to see. We then go into an 85 B+ rated match. And about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Mark Speed and Troy Tornado drew with Joshua Taylor and Sammy Back in 10 minutes and 4 seconds following a double disqualification. And apparently Joshua Taylor was really off his game, so a 10-minute match pulling an 85 B+. I mean, that might even be the highest rating you can actually get for that sort of length of match. But we also have Joshua Taylor improving in technical skills there as well. And Taylor and Back showed excellent tag team chemistry. So possibly a tag team for these two. Possibly not, but anyway. It's good to know. It's good to know. Anyway, we move on to a 100 A-star rated angle. And yeah, Rocky comes out and he wants first dibs at his longtime rival Wolf Hawkins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Andrews then comes out and says that he is owed his rematch clause. Of course, he was not actually pinned to lose his World Heavyweight title. There were 5 other men involved in the match, and of course, Wolf was one of them, picking up the victory and essentially taking Andrews' title. And he wants his rematch clause for the next pay-per-view. No worker improvements, but a 100 A-star. You would expect that with all 3. These are our top 3 guys by far. I think Rocky's popularity is a 90 across America. Andrews is an 89 across America. And Wolf is, I think, it's got a couple of 88s and then a couple of 89s as well. So they're definitely our top 3 guys. And yeah, the match, oh my god. Oh my god. A 96 A-star for the main event. I thought it would do well, but not a 96. It's our second highest rated match. In an exceptional match, Wolf Hawkins and Aaron Andrews defeated Bulldozer Brandon Smith and Rocky Golden in 20 minutes and 6 seconds when Wolf Hawkins defeated Bulldozer Brandon Smith by pinfall with a full moon rising. And as you'd expect, Bulldozer Brandon Smith being the weak link. But looking at this, Aaron Andrews seemed off his game, and Rocky Golden was really off his game. So in theory, this match could have pulled a higher rating than it actually did, which boggles my mind. It's honestly, that's a crazy rating. No worker improvements. I think we're going to get penalized for Brandon Smith. I think he's only a lower mid-carder, and we've used him in a 20-minute match. Should have kept a closer eye, but I think I did do an auto push. Anyway, the overall show rating getting a 93A. Again, increasing our popularity in the 7 regions of Canada. Unfortunately, not increasing any in America, which is a little bit frustrating because, you know, we're doing really, really well, especially with the matches and the ratings at the moment. And we're just not being able to sort of reap any reward in terms of popularity. One other thing I want to go over before we end the episode, our profit for last month, almost just shy of 1 million for profit, which is crazy. It's awesome, actually. It's really, really good. We're up to 63 in Canada. Yeah, we've jumped up a popularity, which is great to see. And we're still at 76s and 75s across America due to our non-increases. So yeah, Raven Robinson, Raven Nightfall, of course, she has finally left US Pro. I know a couple of you guys were sort of recommending me to bring her in. And like I said, I have used her before. I'm just not sure if I want to. I mean, she's so over, but she's quite old as well. We've just brought in Alicia Strong as well, who's going to probably debut at the next pay-per-view. I'm just not sure about bringing her in. Anyway, the TV rating gets a 7.53, which I believe is up about 0.60, 0.60. So I think that's a decent increase there as well. And apparently Wolf Hawkins thinks Greg Gage is going to be a star, which I think most of us do agree with Wolf in that case. Yeah, that's a massive profit. And I mean, if we keep pulling in months that are similar to that, I mean, the possibility for us to eventually start our own broadcast network, I mean, it's a possibility. It's so expensive, but you know, if we're pulling in $1 million per month, then I think it's definitely possible. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, that is going to wrap this episode up, guys. If you could drop a like on the video, it'd be much appreciated. And subscribe as well if you haven't already to the channel. And as always, apart from that, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.